Hello, welcome to Arizona. If you're new here, I'm Dan. This is our van. Katie's inside of it. We've traveled all the way from Ontario, Canada here to sunny Arizona. We're starting this week at the most beautiful location. We found this on iOverlander and it's incredible. Let me show you. There are mountains all over on both sides of the van and this beautiful small lake with birds and lots of ducks. It would be so cool to get drone footage right now, but it's just a little too windy to put the drone up. We had a bit of an adventure driving here. I guess this area is known for dust storms, and we definitely saw some. I mean, thankfully, not too much on the road we were on, more kind of in the distance, but still crazy. And then there was an actual storm too, like one really dark storm cloud. We got like, I don't know, 20 seconds of rain, and that was it. Although I think it rained overnight. So our plan is to finish work for the day from here, enjoy this beautiful scenery while we're here, and then keep exploring Arizona. Isn't that right, Katie?
Yeah. We've come to the OK Corral at sundown.
It actually is getting close to sunset. This is Tombstone, Arizona. It's our first stop on our Arizona adventure. Honestly, a bit of a touristy town. We're here a little bit late, so not everything's open.
Yeah, like the OK Corral is actually closed, so we were just next to it.
But the vibes, very cowboy vibes in this town. In the angel city world. We're done work for the day. Time for another adventure. Today we're checking out the San Xavier Mission. It's a beautiful old building. You said it was the oldest...
It's the oldest building in Arizona.
At least European building.
Yeah, it's the oldest European building in Arizona.
Very beautiful church, especially on the inside. They're doing some restoration on the outside, but some of the interior spaces are very ornately decorated, very beautiful.
Super cool.
Really cool.
You said this one was like St. Augustine?
Yeah, this is St. Augustine Cathedral. We're here at another church. This one's right in downtown Tucson. It's a little more modern, but very beautiful. Do you have any info for us?
I'm figuring it out.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a lot of info about this place, but this cathedral was originally built, or maybe not necessarily this exact building, but the first church that was here was built in 1776, so right around the time that the U.S. is becoming an independent country. It
does seem to be a little bit less of a tourist attraction.
I think this is just an actual church that people go to, so, but it's pretty.
But it's been really cool to see downtown Tucson. We're kind of in the heart of it right now. There is another reason why we've come to this part of town, and that's to see Trader Joe's.
I know that, like, to Americans, like, Trader Joe's is just like a regular grocery store, but I don't know why it's like iconic, and I think of it as like a tourist destination, but kind of similar to Dunkin' Donuts, I feel like going to Trader Joe's is gonna be an authentic cultural experience. And one time I bought some really tasty And one time I bought some really tasty chocolate. I should have known. And one time I bought some really...
I'm so sorry.
And one time I bought some really tasty chocolate covered pretzels there, so mostly we're going to browse and maybe buy some snacks. We're having a pretty chill week in Tucson, which is good. It's been a busy last few weeks, so. Welcome to Saguaro National Park, which, yes, we learned that it's pronounced that way, but we are gringos and we were going around saying Saguaro National Park for a while. But
French we would do better at.
Yeah.
We are starting the weekend with a hike. I believe, if we're lucky and I keep our eyes peeled, we may see some more petroglyphs on this hike. This is the hike to Signal Hill in Saguaro National Park. Let's check it out.
Fun fact, this guy and me are probably about the same age, because what we've learned about the saguaros is that they actually live to be quite old. Saguaros actually won't even start growing their branches or arms until they're like 75 years old, so you can only imagine how old one of these guys must be.
Okay, so these petroglyphs around here were carved about 800 years ago by the Hohokam indigenous people in this area. But there have been people living in this area since about 10,000 or 8,000 BC. So a very long time, 12,000 years nearly.
That they lived in villages and like walled villages and had agriculture and stuff like that from about 800 to like 1450. But then it seems like in 1450 they kind of returned to nomadic hunter-gatherer sort of lifestyle. So I don't know why that is.
Yeah, really interesting. And while we were here exploring the petroglyphs, just a little bit over there, there's a snake just slithering around the rocks.
And that baby was a rattler, I know.
Katie says it was a rattlesnake. It was. Definitely. It did have a little rattle on the end of it that you can see. I think it might have been called a California rattlesnake, maybe.
But then I also saw some that said Mojave Green rattlesnakes. They all
or maybe a Mojave Green rattlesnake. We don't know. We are not snake experts. But now that we're on our way out, tell us in the comments, was our life in danger or not? And I think that'll do it for today's adventure. The sun is setting. We have to be out of the national park by sunset. We'll make our way back, probably park in the Cracker Barrel parking lot for a night, and have a new adventure tomorrow morning.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning. We've had a very nice, relaxing morning so far. I went on a little walk and we filled up water at the Circle K where there was just like a free spigot. So that's kind of what we've been up to so far. And now we've come to visit Casa Grande National Monument, which is like these ruins that we don't really know a lot about, but we're going to learn more about them this morning.
Say relaxing morning, but we still hit the road before 9 a.m. It's just that for us, that's like quite late.
Yeah, I mean, well, because that's like noon home time, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I got up at like 6:30, so. So like we were saying before, this is Casa Grande, which is the Spanish word for big house, which is apparently what the local people called this site when the Spanish arrived in the late 1600s. This was an active village between the years of like 1100 to about 1450, and around 1450 the Hohokam people that lived here kind of dispersed into smaller villages along the river. They think partially because of a big flood that kind of changed how their irrigation system worked. It didn't really work to farm here anymore, and so they left. But obviously they left behind this ruin, which is super cool. It's about 4 stories tall, and we're gonna go check it out.
This is just part of what was a massive sprawling complex, and really a whole series of complexes, including like a ball court that was from much earlier that was abandoned, and a whole series of other structures. So what's left and visible today is less than used to be here a long time ago.
Like this is like on par with, you know, the old like Roman walls that I saw in England. You know, like they were kind of built at the same time.
Yeah, this is the local equivalent of that.
We just finished an awesome time at the pool. We literally just found this like public pool on Google Maps. Like
Here's the crazy thing. Around here, even though it's literally 35 degrees Celsius right now, the pools, outdoor pools, indoor pools aren't open. They open up in May, like they're closed for the winter.
Yeah.
I thought that makes sense at home because there's literal snow on the ground.
Yeah.
But what? It's so hot and the pools are closed.
So we were very happy to find a pool that was open, and we just swam and chilled by the pool all afternoon, and it's now just about 5 o'clock and we're gonna continue on our journey toward Phoenix.
Honestly though, that was such a good pool experience. I feel like public pools are so underrated. This one had water slides and a swirl pool and a lazy river and diving boards and all kinds of like features and amenities.
And it literally cost us like $250 per person.
No, $225?
$225.
Yeah, crazy.
It was so cheap, and we had been looking at like proper water parks to go to.
They were closed.
They were closed, but if they were open, they were like $40. And anyway, this was
there were water
a
slides
steal of a deal.
Did I say that?
Yeah, we did the slides.
In case anyone's confused, we have air conditioning while we drive. Like this vehicle part has air conditioning, but we don't have air conditioning in the back, just a fan. So on these really hot days, it's just about impossible to stay in the van and not
Sweat.
of heat exhaustion. I don't know. We are here at Dobbins Lookout in South Mountain Park in Phoenix. This is such a beautiful time to come with like the sun setting. Pretty incredible views. Such a good day. Going swimming was so nice. It was the perfect way to spend a really warm day, and now this is just a really, really cool view of the city. We're so exhausted from all the swimming. We were going pretty hard. Just like,
West ramp to Los Angeles.
I-10 west to LA.
Turn right onto the I-10 West ramp.
Starting this morning out right by going to the westernmost Waffle House in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, in the whole world.
I guess so, yeah. As you've probably seen in these vlogs, we have gone out to eat probably about like 3 or 4 times total on this trip.
Over like nearly 2 months now.
Yeah. And let's just be honest, like we would have eaten out more often if we were at home. So we're being frugal in the van, but we really enjoyed our Waffle House experience back in Winnie, Texas, and so we knew this was our last opportunity to go to a Waffle House before. I mean, there aren't any in California, so we're going now.
So we're gonna splurge at the Waffle
We're gonna go
House.
spend $17 on a big breakfast for 2 people. We had a lovely breakfast at Waffle House. We did a few errands around Phoenix. We went grocery shopping. We actually washed the van, which she was in dire need of. And now we are hitting the road west to Palm Springs. So outside of Los Angeles, basically, we're gonna spend just over a week in the kind of Palm Springs, Indio, Coachella Valley kind of area. And then we're gonna be going to pick up Lydia at the airport in LA for some adventures around Los Angeles with her.
And of course we're gonna see Joshua Tree while we're in Palm Springs.
That's in the Palm Springs area, yeah. I think that's gonna do it for this week's vlog. Thanks so much for following along. As always, we miss you all back home. We love you, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.